You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Either way, baby, a good man, well, he's hard to find. Welcome to the One More for the Good Guys podcast, where good guys gather to shed light on the good life, the people, and the good things that make it that way. I'm Mike McGill with my co-host, Jamie Akins. Now, raise your glass, lend us your ear, and let's have one more for the good guys. You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Welcome, everybody. One more for the good guys. I'm Mike.
I'm Jamie.
And our guest today is, well, first of all, we, I kind of hate to do this to you, but we are really dipping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, if Lowe was here,
we're out of frame.
That's where we're at. But no, all kidding aside, we got our good buddy JC Haun here with us today. Tell him, hey, JC.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
And JC was used to be a good friend of mine. Now, not so much. No, I tease. I'm kidding. Known JC a long, long time. We've been through a lot together. A lot of good. I don't know if we've had that much bad. I don't think we have. We've had.
No, it's just that one time at band camp.
Yeah. Well, that time at the petting zoo, I was covered in salt, and JC looked nervous.
It's like I'm not a giraffe.
And he said, I think this is the heavy petting zoo. I don't think this is the petting zoo. But nonetheless, we got through it. But anyway, JC's been a musician from way back and played in the Barstool Romeos with myself and Jamie back in the day. And
we never got to play together.
We actually did. We played together on one of the Christmas shows.
Oh, Christmas. Yeah, it might be a Christmas show.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. But not like in a standard Romeo gig or something.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean,
that's 1 for them, 0 for me. Keep score at home, everybody.
I mean, lightning only happens.
I mean, you never strike the same place twice.
Exactly.
That's what they used to talk about with his carpentry skills as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But at any rate, we're tickled to have JC here. He came up
last week
when we were. He came up last week, but he also came up way back when. This was all of this was just an old shack that we were tearing down and cutting trees and weed eating and all that stuff. And Lynn,
that was back when I was mobile.
Yeah, and lent him and his lovely wife Stacy, and lent their support and time to helping this place get built. So, we had to have him on. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. It seemed like the right thing to do, but
well, we could spend a little bit more time talking about how great I am.
We could, but then everybody would realize that we're only regurgitating a load of bullshit. But no, nonetheless, we're happy to have JC here with us. Talk to him a little bit about past music adventures. He's got some other things to talk about. Just an interesting story of a fellow that's been around Knoxville a long, long time. So
I call myself the goat of Knoxville.
Yeah.
Well.
And therefore, you see, again, why nobody likes him. It's you don't pick your own nicknames.
Champ's here.
Unless you're an asshole named JC. But
or LeBron James.
Or LeBron James.
Yeah.
But
I'm more of a Jordan.
Yeah.
We got to fix this. This is
sorry. All right. Is that better?
Oh, what is it?
Well, it's just I want to be,
I can adjust. I can adjust for all this.
Still in the shot.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Oh, dear Jesus.
I mean, see, this whole time you could be talking about how great I am.
I was too busy throwing up. How you been, buddy?
Man, I'm doing great, sir.
Good.
How about yourself?
Yeah, we're doing good, man.
I really appreciate y'all inviting me and allowing me to be on this. This is pretty exciting.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to have you here.
I think what y'all are doing is just super fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We've been
That's for
talking
sure.
about it. I've been talking about it forever, and then Jamie kind of come along, and we talked about it what seemed like forever, and then finally just decided to do something.
Roll tape.
Just
It's
roll tape,
killer.
you know?
So me and my buddy Barrett, we were heading back from the Derby,
Mm-hmm.
and which we've done for several years, and I realized that I had never listened to a podcast.
Mm.
And so he was like, man, I can pull up one for the good guys. And I was like, we'll pull that up. And man, we made it all the way from Lexington to Knoxville, just listening to the podcast. I was like, man, this is a great way to pass time.
Yeah, it really is. I listen to it a lot, like at work with my headphones and Bluetooth on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Which episode was it? You remember?
It was the one where y'all were picking the movies. The only complaint I had, and I'm saying it on there, and you do have a redeeming factor because you said it at the very end, but I was like, why in the hell is he not named Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And he did at the very end, and I was just like,
yeah. Anybody that knows
I was
me.
like, man, if he says Cape Fear, I'm going to choke him next time I see him.
Cape Fear. That was a great movie. Both of them.
Right.
both of them use the exact same soundtrack.
Yeah.
But
too.
the dude
Movie
abides, man.
The
Come
dude
on.
abides.
Yeah.
I'm like, this aggression will not stand, man.
Man, his speaking of that, to interject, his new show,
Mm-hmm.
what's it called?
It's on FX, the old man.
Man, it's good.
Love that.
You've been
yes.
watching that?
Yeah. I'm
It's
all
got
caught up
Lithgow
on
in it too. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Hey, take your microphone and just turn it that way.
Turn it towards me?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make
Yeah, I know this is a novel idea for you, that actually point a fucking microphone
I've
towards
been
you.
trying to figure out these I've been trying to figure out
Sorry,
these
champ.
microphones for about 30 years. And I was like, I've turned them all kinds of directions.
You should be good. Like,
There you go. Sometimes I'd turn it way this way and they'd be like, you're sounding great now.
that was kind of always
It's all subjective.
that was kind of always my I agree with him.
So what before we
the
forget?
old man.
Oh yeah, God Almighty.
Yeah, it's
that's
really
a great
good.
show. Yeah, if you haven't
Is there a
seen
second season out yet?
that,
I think it's getting ready to come out.
Yeah.
Though.
I knew they were making one, and then they weren't making it, and then
Hey, I'll tell you another one that nobody knows about. Gangs of London.
Oh,
Gangs
I have
of
started
London.
that.
Oh my goodness.
What's that on?
AMC.
Okay.
And my goodness, I mean, the show starts off with a guy hanging off the side of a building, an incomplete building, by a rope, upside down, and then gasoline is poured on him, and then he's set on fire.
Starts with a bang.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
seen the
it's
first
for
couple.
real.
It's really good.
You know, and you think about
Is
like
it based off anything like true story, or is it just
no, there's no way this could be
just
true.
a regular drama?
Yeah. But, you know, it's like, what was that movie with Brad Pitt and he was a gypsy. He was a gypsy fighter.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah, Brad Pitt was the gypsy guy in it. And, I cannot remember the name of this movie. Driving me.
I can't either.
I can't either. I don't ring a bell.
Yeah, he was a pikey. You know, that's what
Yeah.
And but the reason I mention this is because the Gypsy King just got beat this weekend in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But
and who is the Gypsy King?
Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. But I wish I could think of the name of this movie. But it's Brad Pitt, and he's man, those gypsies are crazy. But you'll see what I'm saying. Once you get a little bit further into this series, the Gangs of London, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of it. That damn microphone's got a Viagra problem.
I told you. It's going to have to stay way
I think it's just scared of the truth. The truth I'm spitting out. Yeah. I think it's just a little bit afraid.
I mean, I have not seen that, but the old man is fantastic. There's another show on AMC called The Parish.
Yes, yeah, I've been watching it too.
Got the guy that's from Breaking Bad. What's his name? Giancarlo something.
Yeah,
the new bad guy of everything.
Yeah, well, not in this though.
Oh, really?
No, he's
done a different. That's good for him because usually like that's his role.
He's like the anti-hero kind of guy, but yeah, I mean he's a criminal, but it's really good.
Oh yeah. I've enjoyed Parish.
That Stallone thing,
the
Tulsa King.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we can go all day on movies and stuff, but what are you smoking? That's what I was going to say before we get too into stuff.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about me and how great I am?
Well, we're getting to that.
You're kind of like a green fly. You're full of shit and you bother people.
My dad had a truck one time called the Green Fly.
Really?
It was a Dodge, and I think it was a 3 on the tree, and he put a automatic in it. But whoever had it before is like a 2-tone, and it had the Green Fly written on the back quarter panel.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So you're smoking.
I am. Snatch was the movie you're thinking about.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly the name of that movie.
I'm smoking a La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor. It is. It was back before they came out with the new look on the packaging. They say it's the same blend. The new ones are the same blend as this one. I don't believe them because these are better. I always thought these were better, even new. But I found these out at the smoke pit way back when, and this one probably has about 4 years of age on it. So the Mi Amor San Andres wrapper, Nicaraguan binder filler, made for the Ashton Company in the My Father's Factory by Don Papin Garcia.
Cigar Jedi.
Cigar Yoda. The Cigar Yoda. That's what I'm smoking.
I am smoking this La Flor Dominica Andalusian Bull. It's my first one. Mm-hmm. This was number 1 cigar of 2016. It's Dominican Corojo wrapper. And so far, I'm pretty damn blown away. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
We forgot to turn the air off.
Yeah.
Is that going to hurt anything?
Oh, no, it's going to keep me cool.
Well, I know that. I just didn't know if it was going to. At any rate, what you smoking there, Hot Rod?
I'm smoking an Ashton VSG that was given to me by my good buddy Mike McGill.
Hey, there you go.
And the Sorcerer.
That is a Dominican Puro. It's Dominican wrapper, binder, and filler. Made in the Fuente factory in the Dominican Republic.
I'm a little bit bougie.
No, those are great.
That's a fantastic cigar.
In that size, I love them in that size. They're so sweet. They're so sweet.
And that's the thing. Let's talk about a little bit about cigars here a little bit. And I've noticed that you're more of a Churchill guy. You like that long.
I like the Churchill size. I should say I like a traditional Churchill size. Some folks make a Churchill size. A traditional Churchill size is 7-inch by 48.
Right.
So you notice it's a little thin.
That's a 49 there, but it's still close enough.
Right.
Well, like I was saying,
But some make Churchills real quick. Like H. Upman makes one that's an AJ Fernandez, a Nicaraguan cigar. You can't hardly find them anymore. Next break, I'll get it out and show you what it looks like. But it's like a 54 ring gauge.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's like it's
That's
like
a two and a half hour, maybe 3 hours.
It's a baseball game smoke.
It's basically
you can watch
a double. It's like a double Toro.
Yeah,
basically,
pretty
right?
much. But yeah, I like the Churchills. I think one of the reasons I like them in certain sticks. Now, in certain things, I just really like nothing but I like the Robusto.
Right, and we've had this conversation before.
I do think it makes a difference. But yeah, I like the Churchills.
You know, and that's a good point where you were saying, you know, it's like Churchill's Robustos, because I'm more of a Robusto guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like to jump around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You find a Cadillac and you sit back, and I'm like in the Pontiac Fiero, and I'm trying to jump around. And,
The Fiero.
yeah, trying to get up into that damn Subaru Brat, you know. But yeah, cigars is just been such an interesting thing for me.
Yeah, I thought, you know, when I first got into them, really into them, I didn't, I watched a bunch of guys and read a lot of stuff and tried to research it because I didn't want to look like a dummy. Like if I went in
I'd have blown you up if you'd walked in like a dummy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to save your ass on that one.
Fair enough.
I appreciate it. No, like going into a lounge, if you're going to actually be in the lounge or if you're going to, not necessarily on like trying to pick them out to where I needed to act like I knew what I was doing because I wanted the salesperson's help because obviously, back then they obviously just about any of them would know more than I did on things.
Well, that's changed.
That has changed a lot.
Yes, it has.
But just kind of knowing, you know, just how to light it, how to cut it, you know, because the easiest thing to do is shop with your eyes and just try to pick out something that's
pretty
or cool or
exactly. Yeah, I was like looking for anything that had a Carolina blue label.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course you did. And then it tasted like a rhinoceros's ass.
Actually, I was so successful. The Carolina blue box and color was a La Galera Imperial Jade. And I don't give a shit, man. Excuse my language, but I'll put that up with anybody any day of the week. Mm-hmm. And it's a great smoke. And I just got lucky on that, but that's exactly how I did it.
You just smoked one of those the other day, didn't you? That's the Cameroon. I had a picture on the.
I mean, if you had success in your last smoking cigar, you had one.
But it was on our Instagram page.
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Great cigar. I had heard that the size of smoke in those from the guys that I had been watching and listening to was the Churchill size, and you bought them in the Robusto.
Yep.
And I had bought a couple. And I'd had the Churchill, and it was great. It was fine. It was a good. I shouldn't say that. It was a good cigar. It was a fine cigar. And then you gave me one,
that Robusto
in the Robusto size, and whoa, it was much better. For me, I felt like it was.
And here's a statistic to throw in there about sizes and whatever, because we talk about this all the time. We talked about it off camera the other day. Is that used to Robusto was the king seller. Yeah. And now it's not even close.
Wow.
Toro and Corona Gordas are, look, according to this is Cigar Aficionado, 69% of all cigar size sales are Toro or Corona Gorda.
That makes I mean,
1.2% Churchill sold.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so that's pretty much saying that, hey, I want to spend a little bit of time with this.
Well, it's pretty much saying that people think
and I want to look, and I want to look cool. I want to look cool while I'm doing it.
People think bigger is better. That's it.
And it's a big thing with like, and that's why I say with a Churchill, I like the more traditional size. Like last night before I went to bed, I had I had been running around and I didn't get back in time to like smoke a Toro or a Churchill or something, you know, and cause the old clock on the wall was running out. But I was like, oh, I've got one of those cabanas.
Yeah.
And it's a 5x50. And it's a perfect hour.
It's the best.
You know,
man, that's right up there as one of the best smokes for the money going.
And that's a very much a 4.5x50 or like not a 4.5, but like any rate, a 5x50 is a really traditional, like Cuban size.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I tend to on certain ones. On certain ones that I've smoked enough of, I do have a size preference on certain sticks.
I understand. As I digress.
No,
I mean, do you prefer to smoke a big pole or a little pole?
No, I like them big. And I get a hold of them and I smoke them like a real fucking man too. Yes, sir. I ain't going in there.
Hey, and I wonder if that's where that come from, a big pole and a small pole. I mean, because there's different ring gauges. I mean,
probably. I mean, I know that the United States influence on the cigar industry has driven the ring gauge up. I mean, that's the reason is that Americans, bigger's better, no matter what, you know. So,
32-ounce Coke, fuck that. I want a big gulp.
60,
right, exactly.
44 ounce.
Yeah, like supersize. Yeah.
But not in New York City because you can't get one. Got to buy 2 smaller drinks.
Oh, well, good.
So,
wow.
But yeah, but as far as, you know, since we're on this subject, tell them why. Because most people will think, well, hell, a cigar is a cigar, no matter what the size is. It's the same tobacco and whatever. It's the ratio of the wrapper to the filler,
and it's the length of the filler as well too. You know, and that's what I said. That's why I think there's a difference between a Churchill and a Robusto. All right,
because, big time. Yeah. Because
you got your leaf, and your leaf goes to the end. Okay, so you think about how long of the leaf that you. Like most great cigars, you're going to have a pepper on the front end of it. And then when you get into that middle third, then that's when the juice is. And then the last third depends on how good the leaf actually was.
Yeah.
You know, basically that's what I feel about it.
Well, and a lot of times, you know, they will actually in like a lot of this, I mean, it depends on if there's 2 different types of way that they roll them. There's an accordion style, and then there's I can't remember the name for the other, but they actually will take the different primings off the different, you know, from the lowest to the highest to the middle.
Will they take it from the front of the leaf to the middle of the leaf?
Well, I'm getting there. But what they'll do is they'll break that leaf. A lot of times they'll break that leaf and put the Ligero in a certain spot and the Seiko primings in a certain spot, and then the lower primings have less nicotine. Higher primings are more robust, more nicotine because they're getting all the nutrients from the sun. But they do it that way so it will combust correctly and burn right.
And that's a very intricate and vital part of the blend too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just, okay, let's wrap all these leaves together and
you couldn't do like all Seiko. It wouldn't burn correct, you know. So, but certain cigar makers, like Well, AJ Fernandez is one that I like a lot. There's three lines that I really love that he makes, and it's the New World Cameroon.
Love it. Sick.
Yeah, I really like it more. I like that little Petit Robusto. The small one is really good, but my favorite size in that is like the Torpedo, which is like a 6x52, so almost like a regular Toro, but it's got a torpedo top. And then, but in the other one that I really love is the Ramon Allones, which I love it in the Churchill.
All right.
Toro's great. Jamie's got a box of Toros, and the first one I smoked knocked my socks off. But then I tried it in a Churchill, and it was just like, oh yeah. And then like the very first AJ blend that I really, really fell in love with is the one that's got the baby blue and the gold, or aqua and the gold color.
I like aqua.
I know you do. I love it in the Churchill, and that one's hard to find in the Churchill. So when I find them, I buy a box and just put them
right. Well, I've held on to that Uno. I'm wanting to smoke it so bad, but
oh yeah. It's really good, man.
Yeah,
I would recommend.
I think you need to give me another one. That way, I can just smoke one and I can still hold on.
Well, you know, I think.
I mean, while we're live, and I mean,
no, I
would do it for you.
I understand. I understand that you think I should do that, and I don't know if you'll understand this or not, but I think you should shut the fuck up.
No understanding.
No comprehend.
No habla.
A perfect example, the brand that you're smoking is one of our personal favorite brands. Yeah. And I have some El Jefe size.
Which is a giant cigar.
Yeah, it's
like a 7x58 or something.
It's huge.
Or 7.5x58.
And even though it's good, it just doesn't, it's not nearly as good as the Robustos in there. And it's the regular.
It's the baseline.
Yeah, baseline. But and I've let them sit for a while. They just,
they just get it right. It's the mixture of filler to wrapper. It's
Padron
just
3000, Padron 7000, man. I mean,
yeah,
that's not their signature. What is it? The 1947,
26, 64.
Yeah, whatever. But listen, man, you put that damn 3000, 7000 in your mouth, you're going to have a great smoke.
Oh my God, I love it.
I mean,
if you said, Jamie, you got to smoke Padron 7000s only for the rest of your life, I'd be okay.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
I'll do that. Never had a bad.
That's a big ring gauge too.
Yeah. Well,
the 7,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what those naturals are.
Yeah. I don't think it's quite a 7-inch, but it's definitely 70 ring gauge.
I don't think they make a 7-inch. Somebody told me, I'm not going to name his name, but somebody was asking me about cigars yesterday. And they had a buddy that was smoking something. He named it. It was something I knew, but I forget now. And he said, I'm trying to get him into some more economical smokes because he's wanting to smoke 2 or 3 a day. And I thought about getting him into Padrones. So what the fuck? I said, what do you mean economical? They're $20 a stick, man. Yeah. All they used to be. I said, yeah, maybe in the 50s.
Yeah.
They've always been premiumly priced in my lifetime. But you can't go wrong with them.
So they're just a 60 ring gauge.
Hey,
6 1/4 by 60.
Okay.
Hey, I will say this, and I'm giving McGill his props, and everybody pay attention because I never do this.
He's not going to say this but once.
One time.
He has done a great job of picking out some really good budget sticks.
Oh yeah. Well,
And he'll tell you the name of it. I can't remember the name of it, but this white label one that it's a Connecticut.
Oh yeah.
And I every
Vinegar.
morning with a cup of coffee. What's the name of
vinegar
it?
cream.
Yeah. It's
Yes. You just said
I just figured out the proper way of pronouncing the first name too, and I've forgotten it. But yeah, it's a Villiger cooler
Yeah.
cream.
Cooler cream.
CUELLER KREME.
I'm sure,
They're cheap and wonderful.
how much are they a stick?
$4, right?
Yeah, they're under. It depends.
$80
If
a
you can
box.
find them around here, obviously in a brick and mortar, they're going to be a little more. If you
You're
can
not
find them
gonna find 'em
online,
around here.
if you're going to find them online, then you can get them for. Yeah, you can get Robustos for. We'll just call it, just to be safe, we'll say $3 a stick.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and that's fantastic, and
it's
that's
great.
what I
Yeah.
smoke when I have
And
my
it's-
coffee in the morning. That's what I have.
It is perfect for that, man.
here's-
It's
Oh my
so
God!
good.
Here's
yeah.
the thing I like too sometimes is I love it I like it when a cigar is very complex and it changes and it's you got this at some point and then you get this undertone or this taste or this and this, from the first to the second to the third. But there's also something to say about one that's good from the beginning.
It doesn't change.
And doesn't change. Either it doesn't change or if it does, it's not an overly complex change. It just gets a little better. And that's what those are to me. They start out with a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of like hay, but then they get creamy. And they get a little citrus sweetness to them, and then you get a little graham cracker, a little honey, and it's just a really nice. You know exactly what you're getting.
It's like smoking breakfast.
You know exactly what you're getting, and the construction on them.
And that was the point I was going to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, the construction on them's always been flawless. They're always really well packed. There's no soft spots in it when you feel around on it. It's
Is
just,
that a true Connecticut shade or is that an?
It's Ecuadorian Connecticut shade, yeah.
And it's fantastic. And
That's what gives it that like really golden buttery kind of shade of color.
And I do want to make a point about this. The construction is so killer about
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
And
Because that's what bothers me more than anything. I
Yeah.
don't want to relight. I mean, yes, you're going to have to relight every now and then.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as just like burns smooth, burns even,
Yeah.
you ain't having to put a flame on it to catch it up which Mike's pretty good about it. He knows how to turn a cigar and make it burn even, but I'm very impatient and I want my burn even.
yeah.
Because honestly, a cigar doesn't taste as good unless it's burning even.
Well, you're not getting it. You're not getting it the way it was intended for you to have it.
And ain't that so weird, though?
If you think about that, they've put all that in there because they want you to get it, in order and evenly. You
left out one on the AJ blends, and that box reminded me of it. But that 1935 Monte Cristo AJ blend is absolutely phenomenal. I think I like the Ramon Eon better.
Yeah.
But right next to it, that one.
But I'll tell you another one that is fucking super. I don't know if I haven't found them around here. And the only online source that I've found them, and I haven't really looked for them on a lot of other sites, but I know JR Cigar has them. But when we come back from a break here in a minute, I'll get all those out and show you guys what they look like. What's wrong, Champ? You okay?
Sorry. Champ's here.
Champ's got TB.
Champ's here.
but is the Nicaraguan series, and it's just got a blue label and blue and gold.
Oh yeah,
it's very not fancy looking, but man, that's a dynamite.
Not too pricey either. Those are
they're not too bad. The only weird thing about them is they come in like boxes of 18.
Weird.
Which is weird.
That is weird.
You find them in 10. Sometimes you find them. You find cigars in like boxes of 10. Sometimes 12.
The math is hard.
20.
18 into 200s. That's, I'm not doing
I need 20.
Yeah, I need, or 25s that way.
Yeah.
Into 100. When you said
but
TV.
Boy, they're good.
We talked about movies and you
really
said TV.
Good.
That scene, we didn't mention this in our movies list, but it's one of my favorites. Is Tombstone. And when Ike Clanton's in the bar and he's drunk and Doc gets real sick and collapses and they pull him out and he said, "What's wrong with him?" And somebody says "Lunger," which you're talking about TV. He goes, "Yeah. Well, I hope you die."
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you die.
I do now.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm glad y'all are coming around on these movies a little bit now.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah.
Because.
Well, we talked about.
I'm telling you, that's the only thing. I was all the way heading back from the Derby, and I was like, if these some bitches don't mention damn Lebowski.
Well, especially me, right?
Exactly.
I mean, as many of the fests I've been to.
Yeah,
we got
you've been
pictures
to a few
everywhere.
of those too.
Oh yeah,
ain't that a good festival?
I was the highest bowler there one time. A group of nihilists from Norman, Oklahoma, and a guy named Jackie Treehorn that was bowling all on the same lane.
His name was really Jackie Treehorn?
No, there was,
I was like,
no, but they were all dressed. He was dressed just like Jackie Treehorn,
right.
and these kids.
I was just hoping that was really his name.
I mean, I would have lied and said it was.
Yeah, the list was our favorite 7 movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I expected Lebowski to be on yours. Was it 7th or was it 7B? Was it right out of the top 7?
No, it wasn't on there at all, and that's why I'm raising hell about it.
I've only seen it 2-3 times myself. Now, I love him. I think he's top-notch actor.
You've only seen it 7 or 8 times?
3 or 4, probably.
Oh, my goodness.
I watch it when it's on, and back it up just to her. There you go.
Yeah, that was pretty much my biggest complaint on y'all's podcast on that. I was like,
did you listen to the TV show when that was the next one?
No, I
did movies and then went either.
I was so upset over the movies, I just couldn't watch anymore. I was just like, you know what? I'm back in Knoxville.
Hey,
this is a bunch of bullshit.
This is a bunch of bullshit. No Big Lebowski.
Miguel didn't even mention Lebowski. It's hanging over his head. I'm just like, okay. All right.
God, that's a kick-ass label, man. Way they wrap that and put it underneath the. So they had to do that first. That's a kick-ass label.
I think it has to come out every episode.
Yeah, may do.
What were you saying?
We do not own the rights to that.
Yes, we do not.
I was just saying this label, how it's, it was laid underneath this piece, but it's still separate. It's just classy.
That's a really interesting cigar too, because it's like a 60 ring gauge at the foot.
Flared, yeah.
And then goes all the way down to like a 50 or something up here.
Yeah, it's kind of the same shape as that Eye of the Shark, right? The same,
but not box press.
But not box press, right? No, you can't find those either. I mean, the Andalusian Bull. This is probably. I know you've probably got some left. You still got yours?
Yeah,
we got one each, and was it just one?
No, we got two.
Two
got
each.
2 apiece.
So there's probably 3 of these in Knoxville.
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
There ain't none for sale in Knoxville. Nobody carries them because they can't get them. Wait, no, you got that. Did we order those?
I got those from 2 guys.
Oh, yeah. So
they're just, speaking of an online
2 guys
place.
with a bad problem.
With a bad attitude. If you're looking for somewhere to order cigars off of any kind of our recommendations and or something maybe that you like and you want to, or and your local brick and mortars here don't carry them, go to Two Guys Cigars. That's the number 2 guyscigars.com. And we've said this a million times before, but listen to the Cigar Authority. That's who owns. Yeah, that's who owns Two Guys Cigars, and
you'll learn so much and just listen to those guys. That guy,
yeah.
Well, both, really all of them,
and they have great smokes. Really, really great smokes,
and they'll introduce
and pretty good deals.
And they'll introduce you to stuff that you don't normally see.
I think we got in that sampler pack. We'll have to open all that shit up. I can't get to the humidor right now, but we got 2 Andalusian. Well, we'll open it up and I'll tell you what. And it was an LFD, La Flor Dominicana. That's the company who makes these. It was like their sampler.
I'm on the fence with them.
It was like their sampler thing.
Yeah,
but I think we got 8 cigars for $99.
Yeah,
and you cannot find those anywhere.
Well, if you do, they're $30.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the one I smoked the other night, and it's a good smoke.
Where did you smoke it at?
At the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
I got that sampler pack,
in your cigar of the month, my cigar pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a cigar of the month, though.
Well, it's a premium.
I reckon.
But that's the first time I've ever had a good experience with an LFD. I've had terrible experiences with LFD.
Yeah, and you don't. I guess I haven't. You could probably count on 2 hands how many LFD cigars I've had. Period, because there aren't any around here. I don't see them much, and I just don't. They're an afterthought. I don't think about them. It's kind of like Punch. I don't think about Punch, and Punch is a huge brand and makes some great.
Exactly. I miss out on Punch a lot.
Makes some great stuff, man.
I've never smoked an LFD
until you got.
I've never smoked one yet.
Oh, still.
Oh, yeah.
I put mine away. But so
that was your first experience with them.
Yeah.
Back when I first started, I'd get those sampler packs, from CI,
right.
Whoever else, and every now and then they throw one in. Now it wouldn't be one of this quality, so my experience wasn't. Oh man, LFD,
Yeah,
but that's the thing we were talking about the other day. Is like
But does it overwhelm me over something? Has it overwhelmed you? Like, wow, this is what I'm gonna get.
This is a great smoke. It's complex because it changes a lot. The shape's a little weird for me. I don't like anything that's. I don't smoke torpedoes much. Bellicosos, I will. I like that. Less tapered size or shape, rather.
Yeah, torpedo's real pointy, and a bellicoso's a little more rounded.
Yeah,
we'll show you that too here in a minute.
Yeah, my big thing when I have a torpedo, I do that double crown which you taught me. Yeah,
rose cut. They call it all kinds of stuff, but I do that too. But I left my V cut.
Losers do.
Yeah.
I call it the crown cut.
We do what we do.
But no, to answer your question, am I going to go out and be like, God, I got to get a box of these? No.
Right.
Not especially at that money. Now, if they were $10 a stick and I could get a box for $200, yeah, but
isn't it funny just that feeling that it gives you what you're going to spend on something? Because like I look like. All right, so I dropped close to $600 on those damn ESGs, a box of those ESGs. But that smoke consistently, when I take it, I'm like, I know what I'm going to get, and I know how happy I'm going to be.
Yeah.
And it's such
and you like it in the Robusto.
Exactly. It's just such a mind thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
I know exactly what this is going to be, and I know it's going to be consistent.
That's the whole beauty of the thing, though, is like what may be great to me. It's like for me, if you put an ESG and a VSG down, I'm smoking the VSG every time.
Yeah, me too.
So, but what's nice is that there's so many different things out there, and everybody's palate's so different. It's not that it's better; it's just better for me. Just like with you.
And same with me, because I'm ESG versus VSG.
Now, I ain't going to kick an ESG out of bed.
I think it's because the only thing I can figure out is I've got better taste than you. But other than that,
that could possibly be it.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I haven't had the ESG and the Robusto. JC gave me one to try. I've only had it in the Churchill size.
it's like baby Jesus reaching out his hand. I'm telling you. That's all it is. It is a great smoke.
I've been threatening just in private to buy me a box of us actually just to split Ashton Maduros because I like them so well.
I would like to try that.
I've had one and I was like, man,
let's go in three-way on
let's
one.
split one because if we don't, that way if we don't love them, we're out 7
Can we get them in a Toro, or do you want them in a Robusto?
Man, I can do either.
Hey, good with you?
Yeah, I prefer.
And I'll tell you this, and this is a surprising.
I've never
thing.
had one at all.
I've only had one. So.
But everybody's like Davidoff. That late hour. Yeah, okay.
I never had one of those.
It's a good smoke, but I mean,
$30.
it's one of those things. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the new one?
And Mike taught me this before everybody else.
No, you're fine.
It don't have to be expensive for it to be a good cigar.
That's right. It's just
but
bourbon.
As far as the higher end, the more expensive ones, I think Ashton's got them all beat.
Well,
as far as, okay, you're going to drop $20 if you're going to smoke this cigar. But across the line of what they do, I mean, versus Davidoff, versus Opus X. I mean, dude, I've like that Opus X with the red label, that shark.
Listen,
I don't know the name of it, but that's a smoke. But the other one with the yellow label, it's dog shit.
I have just about written Fuente off. I'm about over his shit.
Yeah.
I went into...
You talking about his pricing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good store up in Alcoa for you guys that live up that way called City Wine and Spirits. They
beautiful humidor.
Beautiful humidor. They carry a lot of really they carry a lot of stuff you're not going to find at a lot of other places, a lot of boutique stuff.
It's like Total Wine with a better humidor.
It is. A lot better humidor than Total Wine. Which, don't give up on Total Wine, though. If you're in there picking up something,
check their box prices.
Check out their box prices and or
really?
their 5-packs of stuff, because you can find some deals. You can find some real deals
that's
in there.
Cool.
Yeah. But this place, City Wine and Spirits, they carry a lot of really different stuff. And where was I going? Oh yeah. So I know I've told you guys several different times. I don't know if several, but a few different times about like a really good beginner cigar to where if you're wanting to try like five different wrappers,
right?
Kind of like I did with you. I walked you around the whole thing and, smoke these for a little bit. Try this. This is what this is. An 858 Fuente has always been one that I enjoy them.
Yeah.
And I usually keep at least 4 or 5 in the humidor, because if I go out and I'm not playing music and if I'm just out to enjoy the evening, I'll usually take my little tag along humidor thing like Jamie's got here. And it'll hold, 4 or 5? 4. So I'll take 2 that I know that I really want to smoke. I'll pick something out that I just, not because they're better or not, but I want to smoke.
Right.
These are going to be one of the 2 of these is what I want to smoke tonight. So I'll take that, and I'll usually take a Connecticut of some sort. And now that we found the Villiger,
oh my
I put
God.
one of those in there.
Killer stick.
And then I always usually put something a little different as another beginner stick. And those 858s are usually one that I put in. And the reason I do that is we ever see each other out and you say, I've been thinking about trying
a cigar.
Okay, well, I'll let you have a Villiger. I'll cut it. I'll light it for you, talk to you, sit and enjoy it with you even. And if you don't like it, guess what? I'm only out $3.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And on the 858s, you're normally out $7.
Yeah, till the warehouse burns
down. Do you
down.
know what a fucking 858 is going for in the stores now?
$16.
Not quite that much.
$12.50.
$11.
No, wow.
And I'm just like, it's their baseline. It's their, well, yeah, that's the way to say it. It's their baseline long filler cigar. Anything else that you buy from them under that price, below that cigar, are all going to be short filler. The curly heads and shit like that. And it's just not worth it.
I don't know. Well, I've got the perfect cigar that was not worth it that I bought a box of.
It's still a great cigar, but it's just not worth it.
$11
No.
Those damn CAO Firewalkers.
I've never had the Firewalker.
Well, let me tell you. Here's exactly how the Firewalker come about. They took the most complex tobaccos and everything that they could do. And what they waited for Moses to finish the ark. And then he did his thing. And when he got done, he had to take a shit. And he took a shit and they rolled it up and they turned it into cigars.
Shit dipped it.
And that's exactly what a Firewalker is.
It's a shit dipper.
And here's the truth. If any of my friends ever listen to this, and they're like, hey, I want to try a cigar, and I give you a Firewalker, I probably don't have too much of a high regard on you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, would you like a Firewalker, Mike?
No, thank you.
I mean, and it's crazy because, like, the Immortal Cool that they have, great cigar. Bones,
you like
great
them?
cigar.
Jamie's a big fan of the MX2.
Yeah, the Trinidad one that they did is a good one. I mean, they've got a lot of great.
I'm a big fan of the Brasilia. What was the other one? We just got you a box of them the other day. The Flathead, the 660.
Oh, God.
The car.
Yeah.
Big old piece of chocolate bomb.
Oh, yeah, great.
I mean, they make good stuff.
But the Firewalker is a pile of rolled up dog shit.
So if we give you a Firewalker, we don't like you.
I mean,
go the hell away.
But people look at it because it's got this label. The label's about 4.5 inches long, and they're like, "Oh, wow, this is a special one." And I'm like, I look at them, I hand it to them, and I'm like, "Yes, sir, this is a special one."
I heard something today. This is interesting. I'd love to get your all's take on it. But so Rocky Patel and All Saints cigars, which I've yet to have one. I really want to try one because the Cigar Authority guys really talk highly of them. And I've heard the guy named Mickey Pegg is the owner of that brand, and he's been on their podcast several times. But they went into business. So let me get this right because I don't want to sound like a dummy. But so they merged. So Rocky would have distribution for them.
And a good cigar.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we're getting there. But both of them, I think I heard this yesterday. I think it came out. I think it actually came out as public news on Saturday, but I heard about it yesterday. They have both reduced the prices on their core line cigars. So for Rocky, it would be the vintage series, the 90, the 92, the 88.
Decade?
No, just the vintage series just has it's the white labels.
Yeah.
The maroon and then the black label. And I think there might be one more, but I don't think Decade wasn't one of them. But yeah, they have dropped. Now let me get this right.
Well, that's the thing.
No. They're dropping. They announced it that they're dropping their prices by 10% next month.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
So now they're not going to sell a single stick till next month?
Well, I mean, what would you think? Or you think let me finish, if you were a retailer and you had
X amount of money,
5 boxes of the 90s, 5 boxes, you had, let's say you had a total of 20 boxes, and then they dropped their price on them next month, does that mean they're not? I mean, what does that say to a retailer that's done business with you? Your product's not worth as much as what you paid for it.
Exactly, because that's the way it works. It's usually like a 15% difference, like on a brick and mortar. That's where.
But I'm saying
if they're dropping 10%, then that leaves 5%.
Yeah,
which is not enough. I mean, no.
But why would you announce it before you did it? That just didn't make no sense.
Well, and the other thing too is, what are they announcing, an MSRP drop or a cut?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and
if they're announcing a cut on a 10%.
Can I tell you the one good thing about them? They didn't make the Firewalker.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jeez.
So at least they got that going for them.
Well, yeah, but you're cutting your
Rocky
dealer's legs.
Patel's all over the place too. DBS, and the 60, and the Disciple is the only.
Yeah.
And that red label one that I got is only good.
Sun-grown.
Yeah, it's the only good Patel's that there really are.
Well, I've only smoked 2 now.
That would be...
And I won't buy another one, ever. I won't buy another Rocky Patel.
That would be, again...
Try it, DBS.
I'll try it.
Again, thinking about this, it is it's their core lines. So that would be like... I don't know. It just seemed really fucking weird.
Well,
now all those are made in the same factories as well. You kind of taught me
about this too. When I was first asking you about this, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm getting in this. I'm buying this humidor. I'm going after this, man. Man, I'm seeing a lot about Rocky Patel. Rocky Patel does a great job of advertising.
He sure does.
Like, I own a heating and air company. Nobody does a better job of advertising than Train does.
Yeah.
And
who? Train.
Oh, yeah, well.
But here's the truth. I work on just as many trains as I do anything else.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you got the marketing, okay, and you're killing it on the marketing. But if you ain't got the cigars to back it up, then what the hell are you doing? And that's kind of the same thing with Rocky Patel.
Some people swear by it.
Like if you look at P. Carrillo, I mean, everything they bring out is fire.
Yeah.
They take their time. They don't bring anything out, and they just bring fire.
Rocky Patel's a volume seller. He's looking to turn.
Yeah.
It's a volume business for him.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, they make some great
block ones that he's selling for $100 a cigar.
I wouldn't give him $100.
I'm like, man, don't get into that Gurkha. Like, that's my biggest thing. Gurkha. I mean,
I told you.
Give me a break, Gurkha. I mean,
when you first started, you was like, I'm going to try these. And I was like, dude, you're shopping with your eyeballs.
Well, that's true.
Exactly
Don't do
what
it.
it is.
Don't do it.
Because they've got some, let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, yeah, because I got something else to say about it.
Well, the Gurkha does a great job of marketing because the names of their stuff are cool, the dragon or whatever. It's just they're garbage. You're talking about, you thought that Ashton, as far as brands go, was like your pinnacles, like everything they make.
Absolutely.
I would have to put Ashton in my top 5, but my list would be Padron number 1 because I've never had a Padron.
No,
that's true.
How and why are we ranking these?
Well, he just
because I want to have something to say, but I want to make sure I'm in the.
Well, he was mentioning,
just the marketing aspect.
No,
of it?
just the quality of the product.
Okay,
right.
Just overall
on higher end cigarettes.
Taste. Construction, consistency.
If you're buying a higher end cigar, a Padron ain't your starter cigar.
No, neither is anything with Ashton written on it.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree with that.
As far as consistency and good, it's hard to beat a Padron.
I would take Padron number 1. I would take anything the Garcia family makes number 2. Anything.
So that's
my father. And then I'd probably take Ashton. I'd probably take Ashton 3.
What'd you ask?
Well, yeah, I was asking.
My father, no, that's not Opus. That's Fuente.
Fuente's no, I don't. Okay. I'm not a Fuente, never was, but I would take
my father's.
My father.
My father is like.
Well, I love that passion. That passion one is up.
Well, they make that cigar for Ashton.
Okay.
In the My Father factory.
So the passion.
They make this cigar for Ashton.
Yep.
Really?
Ashton owns the La Roma de Cuba.
And that's why I say anything that Garcia touches, it would be up there.
But they're made and blended by, sorry to interrupt you,
but then Ashton would be 3. I can't think of any other brand. My top 5 will be rounded out with probably Oliva.
The only other 2, bar none across the board. And I've only ever had one bad one is Perdomo.
I like a Perdomo. That is a good.
Now you talking about, Rocky's got, this is what I was going to add earlier. Rocky's got all the fancy, the bands and the big bands and the long ones and the 4/4 and, what the fuck ever.
He ain't got no damn Firewalker band.
No, he don't.
No, he had more sense. And listen, I'm not
If you learn anything from this, do not buy a CAO Firewalker.
Because JC will give you one.
Yeah,
I got plenty on hand.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on Rocky either because
well, he is hit or miss.
Yeah, but hear me out. And the reason why you can't shit on him, as far as one reason, and the biggest reason, is because he did take on Congress in the name of cigar smokers when they were trying to say a premium hand rolled cigar
was the same
as a Marlboro or the same as a Black and Mild or same as a Swisher Sweet, and it was the same as kids trying to buy them, kids trying to get them, which is complete and utter horse shit.
And he went to bat for that.
And Rocky went to bat.
I respect Rocky Patel, the man.
Absolutely,
because back when he first started going, he was everywhere.
Well,
I just don't like his
and
stuff.
with those core lines.
Yeah.
That were all made in one factory.
Yep.
That weren't super duper, fancy.
Yeah, like his number 6.
I'll tell you how to drop the cost of your cigars. Drop those goddamn bands.
Yes.
Exactly.
And going back right to the Padrones, like those 7,000, 3,000s, man.
Oh, very simple. Understated.
God almighty, man.
Well, all their bands are pretty simple. Even the anniversary series, they're pretty, but they're nothing. They're not like a My Father elaborate.
But you get a 3,000 or 7,000. That's
and the 3,000.
That's a 2-color band.
That's right.
The 7,000 is a 6 1/4 by 60, and the 3,000 is a 5 1/4 by 52. I believe, as far as your sizes go. But yeah, they're understated. I'll tell you, somebody that does more, that has some of the best absolute marketing and display and look and iconic is Perdomo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That champagne, but
that band, his emblem, his whole thing. I mean, and he makes a sun-grown, he makes a Connecticut, he makes a Maduro. They're all draw tested. I've never had one that didn't draw right. I've only had one that wasn't that didn't burn good. And that was when those 30th anniversaries first come out, and we ordered a sampler of those just to try them because they were going to sell out like that.
Perdomo would be in my top 5,
but they are very, very brands, consistent.
I would imagine
in construction and the look, the marketing aspect. I would put them up there, and then I would put Oliva or My Father.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I would definitely put friggin' Davidoff in my lower 5.
They're proud of them. I like the guys.
Yeah, but they're proud, and they're wrong for being proud.
Yeah, the guys that run that outfit now, I really like that father and son team. They're on YouTube a lot, and they're cool dudes or whatever. And I've had some Davidoffs that I thought, that's pretty good. But I've never had one yet. I've never had one that I thought, man, let's get a box of these.
Yeah, it knocks my socks off. Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about earlier, Nick, it just crossed my mind, we talked about this a lot, but, for a long time, I'd buy a bunch of different shit just to try it.
Right.
And when you smoke as much as we all do, you get by with that shit, because you're still going to get around to what you like in 2 hours. But, there's something to be said for having just a damn humidor full of Padrones, man. Just smoke one after another, if you had that kind
You're not going to do wrong.
No. I was sitting here the other night, and I was like, okay, it's about 8:30. That's when okay. And that's when I usually start trying to decide on what's going to be my evening cigar I'm going to wind down with, right? And I was like, well, I got these and I got those. Oh, I remember I got those and I forgot about it. And I need to do a review. I need to try one of these, but I really want to save that one because I want to do it this time. And I went over to the humidor and opened the door up and started pulling it, and I was like, and I remembered I hadn't had one in a long while, but I got one of those 7,000s. That was like
with the
5 years old, with the brown cellophane,
and smoked it down to this. But you stayed up. I bet you stayed up to 11:30 smoking it.
I lost the thumb. I lost the thumb trying to smoke it off. But and it was just like, and it was perfect. It was the right one.
But would you get tired if that's all you smoked?
I mean, you probably would. I like trying. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer to that, first of all. I don't know if I don't, boy, I'd have to work at it. You know what I mean? I'd really have to work hard on it if I was going to get tired of it. But I do like having,
a little variety.
I like having a little variety. But you can
realistically, we could get by with 4 different cigars, right? You'd have a Connecticut, you'd have probably a Cameroon stick, a Maduro, and then something else.
Yeah, you'd start off light and you get darker.
But you could have those four in your stable, and that would be, you could still have enough variety.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you'd want I would want something with a Corojo wrapper because I really love Corojo.
I mean, you could do that with.
But yeah, 4. I could go to 4, and just say I'm going to keep a box of each. I can be happy with that. Hey, good guys and good gals alike. If you're looking for somewhere to go to get your hair did, then look no further than the Chop Shop Hair Studio. Our longtime friend and supporter, Cindy Lou, opened this spot located in Knoxville's very own Happy Holler back in 2010. Chop Shop Hair Studio offers a variety of services, including facial waxing, accessories, tools, and a complete line of men's and women's products, along with essential oils. A lover and supporter of the musical arts here locally and abroad, Cindy has a small stage with stringed instruments and offers discounts to guests if they are willing to play and or sing a song. The Chop Shop Hair Studio is a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, and 100% pure style, just like our dear friend and owner, Cindy Lou. The hours are Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also visit thechopshophairstudio.com and or call 865-525-4240 to book your next visit to go and get your hair did. Located at 1206 North Central Street, Knoxville, Tennessee, Chop Shop Hair Studios. Stop by and tell them McGill and Jamie sent you to have one more for the good guys. All right, we're back from our little break. Hey, I told you I'd show you a few of our favorite AJ blends and the difference between a Torpedo and a Bellicoso, although I did not grab a Bellicoso. No, I did too. Yeah. No, that's still a Torpedo. Oh, well, I may have one in here that I don't know. Any rate,
that Nickel Libre is the best Bellicoso.
That's a really good one. This is the one Jamie was talking about, the 1935 Fiddle Focus. And actually, just take it. It'll be hard to see with the lights, but this is a really good cigar. I've got one more of these left. I got a new box of them, but I got one more left that's got like, I don't know, probably at least a couple years of age on it. But that 1935 Nicaragua Monte Cristo, this was a blend.
Can you tell if that's in focus or not? Can you?
Yeah, I can't either.
Back there.
Surely that is.
Put it in front of your face because it's focusing on there.
Surely that is. I'm pretty sure that is. But at any rate, that's a really, really good smoke. It's made, blended by AJ Fernandez and Rafael Nodal.
That was something that wasn't given to me.
Huh?
I was just saying that was something that wasn't given to me.
And they actually, I wasn't, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
You don't even care what I say.
That actually is the Bellicoso tip too. You can see this one's a little more pointier than most of your basic Bellicosos, but when you see this other cigar, you'll really be able to tell the difference. And one that you'll definitely be able to tell the difference in a Torpedo is a Perdomo Torpedo. Boy, I mean, it like you kill somebody with it. It's so pointy.
Well, that and Five Vegas is a very sharp Torpedo.
Very much so.
You could stab somebody in the eye with
That's
it.
right.
That's
pretty sharp there.
This is a pretty sharp one. This is an often underlooked cigar. I don't know why it didn't get as much play as it did. And we split a box of these and got these on a really, really, really good deal. straight up Nicaraguan Puro, Romeo 505. Really nice cigar. I mean, especially for the money. I mean, I think we got a box of those for under $100. I mean,
oh yeah,
you know, but getting back to, and you can tell, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there, but that's pretty yellow.
Yeah.
That one's been aging a while. This was the one I was really bragging on. It comes in the weird size count box, the 18.
Is that the final draw?
No, this is that Nicaraguan series, AJ. Really, really good smoke. And I really like it in this Toro size. Just a cocoa bomb.
Yeah.
Cocoa. And not the old powdery, like Nestle Quick cocoa either, like the good,
it's cocoa,
good cocoa.
Come home. Yeah.
Oh. This was a cigar of the year, another blend between Rafael Nodal and AJ. This one won number 2. This one was a number 1. I guess I'll have to smoke all these at some point now, though. We can tell that one's right.
Oh, yeah.
And the band starts sliding off of them. They're ready to smoke. But the Aging Room Quattro in the Maestro Bellicoso, that's a really, really nice cigar.
And the crown cut is what I recommend on all of these.
Yeah, and the cut, JC.
Can you show them what a crown cut is?
You got a V cut on you?
No, I left it.
I've got it back here. Yeah, we'll show them one before we. Well, hell, I get it. Hang on.
Yeah, let's show them now. We can't make them wait on greatness. Mike McGill is about to show you what a crown cut is.
Show you what's up.
And I think this is the best cut on this style.
So, you get your deep V cut, and you just go in there as much as you want. I normally don't go all the way till it bottoms out.
Right.
But I go in about
Speak
like
for yourself.
about like.
Yeah, he only puts the tip in.
You see what I deal with. But you make your cut like so. You can see that if that's going to focus.
Yep, it's working.
And then you come in the opposite way, just a little further. You still don't have to go all the way down with it. But just go in a little further. So then you have what I call the crown cut. Other folks call it the rose. But
That's fantastic.
It just opens that Bellicoso up to where you've got more coverage area. You got more smoke, and you're not losing. The idea of that tip is to have your smoke more channeled in one spot. Yeah, a better focus of the way it hits your palate. And with this, you're not compromising any of that integrity.
And you're not risking taking off the cap.
Yeah.
And unraveling as much.
Unraveling, yeah.
Although I've seen some of those old timers, EP Creole, for example.
Let's chop it down.
They chop some bitch off to where it's a robusto, man. They don't care.
Well, Cigar ain't going to argue with him.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got plenty of tobacco to last them for a
That's
lifetime.
right.
Yeah.
I guess if you mess it up, you're.
But I highly recommend that crown cut on anything that's a torpedo or a V or anything. I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
And I've tried it on a regular parade.
And I think I'm the smartest man that is here. So.
Yes, you can do it on a regular Parejo or a box press even. I don't know if I'd do it on a box press.
A little weird, maybe.
On a regular box.
Anything that's got that point. Anything that's got that point, I put that crown cut on.
I did the other night smoke a box press of the Allegiant, the EP Allegiant. Right. And I do have to say, I like cutting it with the V cutter, if I'm not going to use a straight double guillotine cutter, I do like to cut my box press from left to right with a V cutter.
Okay.
Versus this way.
Okay.
I like to cut it left to right because I feel like it gives you more coverage area. Your smoke's a lot cooler. You get more of the smoke as if you were making a.
Well, you know, and that's why a lot of people. Shit, sorry.
It's all right.
All right. Hope I didn't mess the camera up, but that's why a whole lot of people prefer a V cut. A V cut actually gives you more surface draw than the guillotine
because you're cutting two hypotenuse angles.
Because you're cutting in. But
now I'll say this too: if we were all together, or we were in even a bigger group and we were all smoking, and maybe we're smoking one brand to see how we all like tasting the brand. A lot of times I would use a V cut just so I know it was mine.
Oh, well, that's...
Think about that. Like if we're at the bowling alley, I always take my tab off my beer.
Right.
If I don't have my own koozie with me that night.
Right. No, I totally understand.
So you can use it for that too.
My problem with the V cut is if it's just a regular smoke, I chew on it too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if it's a shark end or a torpedo end, as you said, I prefer to do a crown V cut.
And I've only been doing that in the last year since he showed me that.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody else do it after that online. I was like, oh, well, they call it the rose cut. That's where I got that name from. But I like it like that. I mean,
I do too. I love. And what it doesn't do for me, because I like the mouthfeel of the torpedo.
Right.
I like that tapered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you would. But
and a lot of times,
I'm going to put my little rib.
I woke up this morning. Yeah. Oh my eyes, and there was heaviness.
Sweet.
I looked up and I said, "Hello, heaviness."
Sweet baby Jesus.
And heaviness looked down at me and he goes, "You're really going to get it today." And evidently, I fucking have. But yeah, I that's why I like that. Real quick, this is that Ramon Iones. This is the other. You don't hear much about this blend in AJ.
You should. Hello.
See, but I would guillotine cut that one.
Yeah, we get.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But man, this is
that's the best AJ to me.
Oh, this is a good fucking cigar.
Why are one thing to talk about too is on the cutter itself. I think Colibri, and this is what this is, Colibri V cut, is the superior V cut cutter. One thing I love about these is
that's a deep V cut.
Yes. Oh, they make more than one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one.
There's a soft V and there's a deep V. I've got an ST DuPont that is a soft V.
Yeah, I don't know what mine feels and looks like this. It's a blue, but
I'm pretty sure yours is Colibri as well.
It is a Colibri, but I don't know if it's the.
Oh, I got you.
But these are superior, and one thing I really like about them is their substantial feeling. This is a well-made cutter. This is
it's hard to beat that Colibri.
This is a lifetime cutter, and anyway, it's got it's probably a 58, 60 opening on there.
I think it does a 260. I think that's.
But a lot of people V cut everything. Some people swear with that, and they.
Yeah, but a lot of people V cut because they think that they're cooler by doing a V cut, and they're not paying attention about what it's about.
Yeah.
When you're looking at a cut on the cigar, I think that you should look at what are you trying to accomplish out of this cigar?
Yeah, that's a good point.
A V cut, and that's what I was actually saying a little bit ago, is a V cut actually gives you more open space of a draw.
Yeah.
But then you also got to look at it, and you got to look at the construction and what cigar you're trying to do it from. Like Mike just showed a bunch of examples of different cigars on doing that. There's a few that I would do a V cut on. There's some that I wouldn't. Because
Go ahead, JC. Sorry.
I apologize. But the reason that I'm saying that is because of the caps that are put on cigars nowadays. And if we're going to be honest about it, caps on cigars have turned to shit in the past 20 years.
Some of them look a little rougher.
I mean, I've had so many that where I'm just trying to barely cut the top of the cap off, and the whole damn cap falls off.
Yeah,
which is fine. It still leads to a good smoke and everything.
As long as it don't unravel on you,
right?
You know,
but it's a bunch of BS.
For a beginner though, because and we're going to do a class on this.
Yeah, like with the close-ups.
With close-ups and whatever. But for a beginner, there's so much that the enjoyment of your smoke depends upon the cut and the light. I mean, it really is. It can, if you cut it too much.
It's everything.
You can really, and that's why I would probably, for a brand new newbie, I'd probably recommend a punch cut.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to destroy the cap. A punch cutter.
A punch or the old tabletop.
Yeah. So you're not cutting too deep. A punch actually cuts a hole in the end and just removes a piece of the cap. And I've got one that's got different sizes on it. I think it's a Colibri too.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, and it's large. It's large enough to where I could probably get away with just
like
that.
3 sizes of punching.
Yeah, it's like a I don't know. It's probably like
anything
a 40,
under a 60 ring gauge. You can get away if you've got a large enough punch. Yeah. You can get away with being able to use it.
And that's what I do. Like if I'm going out or somewhere, I've got a Rocky Patel, and I've got 2 or 3 different lighters that's got just a punch in on it, and I'll just do a punch in.
Yeah. This is the one that's hard to find now. I don't know if they stopped making it.
Beautiful color on that. I love that label, that blue.
Yeah. But this is the.
It's almost the right color.
It's close.
This is the AJ Fernandez H. Upman by AJ Fernandez, Nicaragua. And that's that one.
And that label's beautiful.
And I love this one. Toro's not bad in this. If you find the Toros and you can't find a Churchill, go ahead and get the Toro. You won't be disappointed in it. But for me, personally, I like it in this big mall-honking Churchill size.
That's about a 752, I bet.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I think it's a 52 or 54, but you can't find them very often. And when I do, I go, and I don't know if they're that good or if they're just that first one that really hit me right.
Makes
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Makes it comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's how I am with the MX2 by CAO.
Yeah.
It's not that great. It's just what I started on. So it's like
nostalgic.
Yeah. Going back to your first baby food or whatever.
That's the way I am on that Imperial Jade.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So whatever you have an affection for and what it's like we were talking about Gurkha earlier. I've had some really good Gurkhas.
Yeah. They
some real good ones. Like
I have not yet.
I have.
They're very, very, very far and few between.
But I've had many more shitty ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I've ever bought a Gurkha, maybe a single, but all the ones I ever had, they came in a sampler pack. Like from like Cigars International, they push Gurkha big time.
Oh,
they're in your face with it. And, but just the pricing on it, some of their stuff's $10,000 a box. My God, if I pay $10,000 a box, then Marilyn Monroe better jump the fuck out of that thing when I open it.
Yeah. You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Either way, baby, a good man, well, he's hard to find.